welcome to another episode of Raging Out in Clash. My name is Jen, and I'm here with SK, and today is my birthday, and yesterday was SK's birthday.
Whoa, hang on. I'm not sure we want to...
What?
I'm in denial. It never happened.
So anyway, what are we talking about today?
Apparently, your birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
Just remember,
what else
I'm
are we
older
going
and
to talk
wiser.
about? We are going to talk about clan games that are going on right now. Our wars, how they've been. Somebody got a new war base. We're going to talk about that.
I don't see why we need to talk about that, but fine.
And we are going to talk about, just kind of skim over the world qualifiers that were going on.
The warmups, yeah.
The warm-ups, that's the word I was looking for. And then we're going to have a Cat Fix Stupid at the end.
Maybe.
And I think that was everything for today.
Oh, really? I just kind of... I know that it's your birthday and you're older and therefore, old age and all, but we really just talked about it 2 minutes before we started this.
And you have another experiment that you're going to share with us.
Myself
included, because I have no idea.
Oh, I know, but I just mentioned it, and
I'm
in one ear and out the other.
I don't have a good memory as it is, and I've gotten a day older now, and it's just...
A day older?
Well, yeah, another day older today. And it's just all downhill from here.
Oh, boy. Good grief.
So, where do you want to start? Clan games. Let's start with clan games.
So the rewards come out.
The rewards! Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's talk about the rewards. Finally, get my gold rune, and where the hell do they place it? In the same bloody category as a Book of Heroes. Wouldn't that just be the greatest place for it? Stupid yourself.
But you get an extra reward.
I wanted to get the 100 gems.
You don't need
gems.
And
now I can't. Because I have to get the gold rune and the hero book, which are in the same bloody tier. And look at this. Why do we need so many research potions in there? Seriously. They could have put
For the Town Hall 9s.
They could have put the gold rune in the 5th tier, and that would have made me happy.
Just for you.
Yes. It's my birthday.
Is the 100 gems worth more than the actual rune and the Book of Heroes? If you sold them?
The book and the runes are 50 each.
So actually you're better off getting the gems, is what you're telling me. Or what I'm doing.
That's what I'm saying!
So I should get the 100 gems and one of the other things.
That's what I'm saying.
Nice.
So, anyway, what I'll be picking, obviously, I'm going to take the hero book, the gold rune, because I still have a lot of stuff to do. I'm going to take the 8 wall rings, because I'm just about a third of the way through my walls, I think. I'm going to take the builder potion. I'm probably going to take the super troop potion over the 4 wall rings, just because I'm always unlocking super minions for war, always unlocking super wall breakers, and just for now, any dark elixir that I can save, just because I still have lots, 9 levels on my champ and a few levels left on my king and queen, so any DE I can save, I will do that. And then I'm going to take the shovel because my trees are all out of whack now, because the Christmas trees We only got 3 special Christmas trees this year. Every other year we got more than that. And they threw all my base out of whack now because they only gave us 3. And I need 4 to do my fancy decoration the way I've got it around the base. So I'm short 1 tree. So now I have to reorganize that whole side of my base because they were cheap.
But you have a log in substitute for your tree. The face you're giving me right now does not. You don't sound convinced by what I'm saying.
It's not the same, and if you look at my base, I've got 2 blue ones on one side of the base, and 2 blue ones on the other side of the base that match, and then there's the other blue ones in between. So I need 2 and 2 and 2 and 2, not 1 and 1 and 1. So they gypped me a Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you weren't a good girl that year.
Everybody only got 3. Check your base. You only got 3.
I'm surprised you couldn't even see or count them all. There might be 4 there, you just can't see.
There isn't. Nobody got 4. Everybody only got 3.
Mm-hmm. I think we should just be more worried the fact that you checked everyone's base and counted how many, rather than the fact that they chipped you off a tree.
So I'm taking the shovel, and then depending on what I've got for... I don't think I need power potions anymore. Oh, actually, I've only got 1, so I'll probably take the power potion.
Mm-hmm.
Because I still do have a few troops that aren't maxed. And there are some tough wars that we do come up against where I'd like to have, a max army, so...
I thought you maxed out your war army.
I have another war army now. I have more than 1.
Really? Do you? Never.
I actually, when the bowlers were in the event, I started using P.E.K.K.A Smash again, and found it like a P.E.K.K.A Smash without the witches, because I did use a couple witches just as whatever, but I started using the P.E.K.K.A Smash again, and I'd forgotten how strong it is. And I remember, I think I used it at Town Hall 11, and I really liked it. And so I've got that army that, especially for the ring bases, I find it's going to work well because it's hard to get the hybrid into the middle on certain bases, but the P.E.K.K.A Smash, just with the compartments and whatnot. And I mean, base number 2, and I said this to you earlier, base number 2, some kind of P.E.K.K.A Smash or a Yeti Smash would do really good on that base.
Bang! We'll see.
No. Like, if I have to hit it, that's what I'm going to use. You can use your baby dragons.
Yeah. Okay, so would you say that you're happy with the clan game rewards?
No.
But you got what you wanted, Jen.
Did I?
Yeah.
Because
you got your gold rune. You got a book of heroes. You did not ask for gems.
No.
So, you don't...
Because as far as I'm concerned, they owed me that rune 2 clan games ago, and it should have been in there with all the other rewards, and now, no.
But how do you know that, this time around it was supposed to be a Builder Golden Rune and a Book of Heroes and 50 gems? Maybe this is them giving you what they didn't give you before.
I am...
Never satisfied?
No, I'm never happy? Going to be satisfied until they say, okay, this is the event that,
Well, that's never going to happen.
I know, so I'm never going to be satisfied.
That's not a very positive approach to life, but okay. I will be taking the gems at each tier, and then the extra reward will be the gems. But it's good to know that the 100 gem in the final tier is actually worth more in gems than the other items itself. So I'm glad I checked that one with you. And I'm glad that you and I have maxed out clan games before it ended.
Did you get the 1,000?
Yep.
Good.
So I'm glad we finished that, so I don't have to keep cycling and not stress out about when am I ever gonna should take it to 800, should it take, what have you. It was a bit touch and go at first with the games, because normally when games start in the first couple of hours there's a 35 that pops up, right? That seems to be the pattern of how the games go, but this time around the 35s did not come up for ages.
It was at least a day. It was
2 days.
It was probably 2 days in, because we waited until Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
No, did we race yesterday? No, we waited till Wednesday to race. And Klein Games had already been going on since Monday. And so, 2 days.
Yep.
Because I only found those the 35s that morning when we were going to be racing. So, 2 full days had gone before.
Yeah, and
I'd seen a couple thousands though.
Right.
The first and second day, but
because normally it's normally like Clan Games will start, I'll go to bed, and then I wake up, and you'll have got a 35 at least. Mm-hmm. But that didn't happen this round, so no. I think we were getting a bit worried. But we did manage to max out, which is good. But more to the point. We said last time that we would race. We would try and see if we could beat the current clan record of, how fast can you max out games, right? But obviously you and I, we like to max them out, in that we try to get over and above and get the 3995 and then get the highest 1000 points afterwards. So you and I had agreed, although you upped it after a while, we had agreed to see who can reach 3,500 points, or reach it or past it, first in the shortest amount of time. But you upped it to 3,800 at the last minute.
The only reason that I upped it is because we had put it so low because we didn't want to go over that threshold where, we were starting to have to do too many maths because we hadn't got the 35. But because we had both already gotten 70, which is what you need to get the 95, that's why I said 3,800. And then I didn't want to, I was just being, I did all the way to 39.95.
Yeah. Anyway, so you and I decided to race. The current record, what was it, 34 minutes?
Current record was 34 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, to reach, to get enough points. So we raced, and who won, Jen?
I don't know. I did!
Or did I let you win?
Yeah, Ray, you were so far
behind. Somebody was so competitive. You were like cussing me out. You were like, yes, you were. I was like just playing the race, taking the challenges that were available to everyone, and I took one. Every time I took a challenge, it was like, how dare you? You suck. You're a horrible person.
I did not say that. But there was once, and I know, I was looking, and I was like, okay, this is the challenge that I want for the next one. And I was doing mine as quickly as possible, and you finished, I think, a half a second before I did, because I just got onto the screen, and I saw the challenge go away. I'm like, no!
And a stream of expletives comes out. But yes, you did win, I guess. And did you manage to beat the time?
We did. And I say we because you beat the 34 minutes as well. What was your time? What time did you end up having?
I don't know. After a while, I didn't want to be cussed out anymore, so I was like, okay. But it was less than 34 minutes anyway. But you have set a new clan record of...
Yeah. 26 minutes and 41 seconds.
I'm surprised you even knew what the seconds were, but okay, 26 minutes is the new clan record.
Well, let's say even 27 minutes, because remember we had that 70 in there, so that would have taken.
Okay,
and
so
it was, get one of this defense and builder base, so that would have taken the extra 20 seconds to put it at 27 minutes. So let's say 27 minutes.
Okay, so you knocked off 7 minutes. That's quite a lot. So next time will be even.
But remember, I think the last time we did it, it was to 5,000. So we had said, at 4,000, that's when we'll stop. So I think it was easier to go over, and it was easier to get that 4,000 because we weren't worried about going over. We weren't worried about, having to get a total. But if we had to get 4,000 this time, like that, the last challenge that I took was win 5 multiplayer battles in a row. So you got to think, like, that would have taken probably,
Okay, so shall we say that for when they're special clan games, that current record is 34 minutes. For regular clan games, that's now set at 26 minutes. Yeah. Okay, so not so much a new record, but
it's not. Excuse me. The 26-minute one is to 39.95. It's not completely maxed because I still had to do that one to get to
3,500. That's what we were doing.
3,800. Sorry, 3,800.
Yeah. 3,800. Okay. Can't believe I'm beginning to talk like you. 3,800 is the proper way to say it, Jen. 3,800. Right. 3,800. Okay. So we've set that. So yeah, I think, and we were getting a bit worried as well because we hadn't started racing, and obviously with clan games, people come in as well as recruiting. People come in to do a challenge and bugger off and whatnot. So we were worried that we weren't gonna be able to start our clan games, because that has happened to some of our members before. But I'm glad we were both able to race and finish.
Because you are only allowed to have 50 people start clan games in your clan.
Yeah.
After the 50 people, it says that you are not eligible or something like that. I can't remember what it is.
It would be helpful if they told you how many people.
It would. It would.
Have taken a thing, it might be depressing sometimes to know actually how many people have moved off to you, but
Yeah. But it's not necessarily people that have actually been able to finish one. It's like, even if you start it and don't finish it, it still counts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's true. So yeah, it would be good to have a number, so that at least, but I wouldn't want that to sort of then be, people would know that they've got time to start games and then they just slack off and get at the end. But we should be on track for maxing out, which is good. So, I'll get my 100 gems. So yeah, that's clan games. Normally does clan games normally finish and then there's a week before leagues? Is that how it normally works?
Usually 2 days.
Yeah, so it's not just me. When I was looking at the forthcoming events, I was like, that's quite a long time.
There would be a day and then there would be sign-ups. Mm-hmm. They've definitely started putting clan games earlier.
Okay. So it's not just me then that I've been thinking, why is there such a big gap in between the end of clan games and then leagues? Because I think for me it's more that it's not so much the events themselves. I noticed that, during clan games and during leagues, it's really quite hard to recruit at those points and stuff. So, I just noticed that there was a bigger gap. But okay, good to know it's not just me. I wonder why they're doing that. Okay, so that's clan games. What was next? Do you even remember what you said 15 minutes ago?
What?
Do you even remember what you said 15 minutes ago?
Our wars. Smart ass.
Hey, see?
Our wars have been going not too bad. We've got 3 wins in a row. We had some issues 2 wars ago where that was, I can't remember which one that was. But we ended up losing one of our 11s last war through his choice. Our wars have still been going good, though. We didn't need him that war, so that was good.
Well, it's a good thing we didn't need him, because he put a lemon attack today.
He buggered off. He didn't even bother doing any of his attacks.
So he had the time to sort of, say that he was leaving, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you could have been attacking. Do you know what I mean? As in, he's obviously been in the clan long enough to, have that relationship there. He was he has been a member long enough, and the trust and all that was there. He knew how our clan. He knew how our clan sort of operated. The rules have never changed. The rules of play have never changed. So the fact that he didn't do his attacks was, not good. To me, it was, I'm sad to see him go, but I'm also a bit like, well, you didn't do any of your attacks, so that was a nice way to leave it. So I would have had more, how do I say it? I guess I would have had more respect for him leaving if he had done his attacks and then left.
No, I agree. I do remember saying to you that it's kind of like deja vu, just because with one of our other members that was a co as well, as soon as he lost his mini in the clan, it seemed like the interest just wasn't there, and the looseness on the rules, and it ended up that his main ended up getting kicked, much to the same as this guy. Had a mini in the clan and didn't play his mini as much, missed a few attacks on his mini, and that was it. His mini was gone, and then same thing, started getting slack on the rules with his main, and said that he's just not into playing anymore, and that was the reason why. And
yeah, I mean, well, not the reason why he's not into playing it was because we kicked his mini. It's just the reason why he left.
And I can understand that, because it's just easier to play. I mean, if you just have a couple counts, it's easier to keep track of them almost. If they're in the same clan, you know what you got to do, kind of thing. If you've got, he has 3 different accounts, and if they're all in different clans, like, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, some people like that. Some people like to flit around and, build up relationships with different clans and whatnot. So, again, different players like different things. But I don't understand why that would be, because, like I say, the rules of the clan haven't changed. If you miss an attack, then it's not because, you would have had to have missed your attack before we would have kicked out your mini. So, it's almost like we're accelerating what's already happening, which is ultimately better for the clan, because then it's like you might as well, don't drag it out. If you're losing interest, that's fine, but we're not just gonna, you can't. It's more painful for the clan to be wondering whether you're gonna attack. Is it gonna be today that you're not gonna attack, or is it gonna be the next one, or what have you? And then you just drag it out. Whereas, at least this way, it's clear cut, it's done. Sad to see you go, but ultimately that was your choice. And the whole point is that you're not communicating with the clan, right? And it's not like we have Discord, or we don't have some sort of other messaging app. We just play the game within the game. Everything's kept within the game.
And a good example of just communication. One of our other 11s right now, he says, I'm on my way home because he was working out of state. He's like, I'm on my way home. It's an 8-hour drive. My attack, if I can't attack him, next gas stop, my attack will be in 8 hours. Like, how hard is that?
Well,
to just say something like that.
Well, there's that,
it lets me know, okay, I know when I'm going to be expecting his attack. I'm not going to be freaking out. If I so choose, as the war general, I can say, okay, the other 11, he probably shouldn't, doesn't have to wait. You can go ahead and hit this base, and he can clean up after both of them. Like, it's a common courtesy,
Mm-hmm. And, yeah, life happens, right? Mm-hmm. But then there's I guess that's the difference between how people approach life, let's just say. Okay, so like, you've used that example. We had a recent example where, we've got our Town Hall 10, who was like, look, I have an exam I need to study for.
Yep.
Can I opt out of wars for a bit? That's fine. It's like, okay, so how many wars do you need, when's your exam and whatnot? Fair enough. We'll opt out. Good luck with your exams.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't help you if you communicate after the fact, or worse, not communicated at all. So it's like you've said before, communication is how our clan runs, essentially. Because we can't help you if you don't tell us. And we're now in that situation with another one of our 11s, whereby
he's no longer an
11. Well, don't even get me started on this, right? So something's happening in his life, right? And he was late. Okay, what was it? We were getting tired of people just willy-nilly doing their first attacks whenever they so pleased, right? Because, like I said, the rules have never changed. So I sent out a pissy email about, the rules haven't changed. Get your crap together, follow the rules of play, because you're just essentially disrespecting the war general and everyone else in the clan if we're just sitting there waiting for your attack to know whether we need to clean it up or not. And our 11, fine, fair enough, he got his crap together, and that one more, everyone did as they normally did and should always try to do. But then straight after the next war, after that, he was late with his first attack. And I'm like, so clearly, why do I have to send out an email where I'm telling you to get your crap together for you to get your crap together? It shouldn't last for that one war only. So he ended up being late and actually not used his second. I think he spoke to you, didn't he? And he said, he had some life stuff going on. But he didn't ask for time or whatnot. He didn't opt out, which was also not so great. So now we've got this. And at that same time, he was upgrading his town hall. So we put him in his next war, his town hall upgraded. And
we skipped didn't put him in one
We
war
benched
because
them.
if you an attack, you have to sit the next one. So he missed his second attack, and then he ended up getting demoted that war as well, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And then sat him, put him in another war, and he didn't attack at all that war.
Nope. So, so now we're in that situation. Well, okay, we're in that situation where his shield is green, and we've not had any communications from him whatsoever because he's not been on the game, and his town hall has been upgraded, so he's just sitting there wasting his town hall boost. And yeah, what a waste.
It reminds, him doing this reminds me of the Town Hall 9 that we had from your neck of the woods that started upgrading her Town Hall to Town Hall 10 when MIA for 4 or 5 days. Town Hall finished, and then it was kind of the same circumstance.
Yeah. So we're kind of now in that position of, okay, is he coming back? Is he not coming back? We don't know because he hasn't said anything, and we just don't know, right? So
and has not played clan games either.
Well, yeah, because he's not logged on.
Yeah.
But it's a case of, okay, how do we know if he's, first of all, is he okay? Is he just needing time? Okay, or is he just like done with the game? So, and then that's why communication is key. And
I mean, we don't need to know your life story, but just if he would have said, I'm going through some personal stuff right now, I don't want to say what it is. Can I have a week or two to get it sorted out? Like, no problem. Take the week, get it sorted out.
Opt out. Don't leave your shield green.
Exactly, but nothing.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's the whole not communicating. Because, like I said, our 10 out of 10 does exactly the same thing. I need time. I've got exams or I've got some family stuff going on. Doesn't take very long to say, and someone will read it. Either you or I will read it because it doesn't disappear from chat. So yeah, I don't know how we got started on this morning.
It was my fault because I said we got that Town Hall 11 got left.
Okay, your fault.
But our wars have been going good. We won the last 3. We knocked out a red one, so we've got probably, I think I looked, maybe 10 or 12 more green ones coming up in the log before we can knock out another red one. So we're going to have to go on another long streak.
Thank you for that. I mean, it's bittersweet as news, isn't it? It's nice to knock out that red, but just to see how many greens you need to knock out first to get the next red is quite demotivating.
We're still sitting around that 5 losses out of the 50, so 90% win rate, which is pretty darn good.
Mm-hmm.
So yes.
Yes, that's good. So hopefully we can, I don't know, because we have to be fair, we have done quite well, and I'm quite proud of the fact that you put down your champ, and so we thought, okay, let's do a lower war, and with lower town hall wars, you kind of always run the risk of drawing, and therefore not winning, but our 11s at the time pulled it together and actually won the wars and things. So
we did 2 lower wars.
We did 2, yes.
We did 2. They perfected the first war, and then they pulled a town hall. The 11s pulled a town hall 12 at the top, the second war, and they ended up getting 1 star short on that war. But yeah, we did 2 lower wars.
And that was the war that the 11, who was upgrading to 12, didn't do any of his hits. And he, we always say, try and upgrade smartly, make it work in your favor. and he lost a lot of advantage he could have had on that.
The new town hall boost. So
Yeah.
you get, the troop boost and all of that stuff. Like, he lost out on all of that.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably only like 2 days left on his boost now. But even then, he could, if he had logged on, he could have put down traps or what have you. I can't remember if you get more traps in Town Hall 12. But he could have done some stuff that would have, helped his clan. But thankfully, the living's covered for him, and was able to pull the win for us, which is good. So I was quite impressed with that. And we didn't have the news now that you're talking about it, and we had promotions.
Oh, yes.
Here we are talking about doom and gloom. But we had promotions.
Yeah, the other 2 11s, because remember we did have 4, the other 2 11s, both have been in the clan for quite some time, haven't missed any attacks. One of them, the one struggled with some donations, but any time that it was, sent out in mail, try and improve your donations, he's been really good about it now, comes on, says, and he's one where he lives in a different time zone than you and I as well. So it makes it kind of difficult for him to get donations in, but now he's kind of, come on and said, I'm going to be on for the next little while. Does anybody need donations? And you and I always, request right away, just, so he can get that in. And the other guy, like I said, also Town Hall 11, is going to be going to Town Hall 12 soon. He was one of the 11s that, when he first started talking about going to Town Hall 12, you and I had both suggested, like we always do, maybe try pushing, and he did. And that was the episode where we had mentioned that we had 4 people in Legends, because he did make it and did his push, and he still did an upgrade after that. So, I mean, it's been a couple months since he did that, and he's been trying some different armies, and, just kind of refining some things, and definitely now he's going after leagues. He's going to put down his town hall, and so we promoted him and the other 11, and now they're elders, and they can kick people.
Yeah, and I think it's just a good sign of, you had mentioned that these people were good as well, and it's not always doom and gloom in our clan. I know that we make this podcast so that you and I can vent about stuff, but there are some good news sometimes. But I mean, I think it showed. I think it was encouraging because these 2 Town Hall 11s were sort of, you could tell that they wanted to be in the clan. This clan, as in not just in a clan, but in our clan, which I think that shone through. Whereas the other ones not so much these days, and that's what happens, But and I thought it was good for the clan to see that, okay, sometimes you do get people that reach the natural end of their game. It happens to everyone. I don't know when mine is, but it's still not there yet, I guess. But there's outside. But there's the fact that you're injecting sort of fresh perspectives and sort of different people, different personalities, who are of a similar mindset. I think it sort of rejuvenates the clan.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, they did a really good job on their wars, and I think it has also made them more engaged as well.
Absolutely.
Good. And what's next?
The championship warm-up.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have much to say on this. I think I know that you watched it. What did you think about it?
I know that the second part is actually this weekend, so I'm kind of looking forward to watching the second part because they did it.
It's the semi-finals and finals, isn't it?
I didn't quite understand how everything was going to work. Like, it was all, written out how it was going to work, but I didn't quite get it until I actually saw the bracket. So what it was the 8 teams that they invited from the Clan War Leagues played off against 8 other teams that had previously made it to World Final, like the qualifiers last year and whatnot. So they invited 8 teams. There was the 8 teams from the CWL in-game. They played off this past weekend, or last weekend, and then the winners of all those matches played against the top 8 teams from last year's World Finals. And then now we're at this weekend where it's going to be the semifinals and the finals to figure out who earns that first spot in the World Championships. And it was just, I thought it was quite interesting.
They don't earn a spot in the championships, do they? I thought it was just for, was it 40k or something like that? I don't think they earn a spot in the championships, do they?
Don't they?
I don't think so. I don't think they said that. I think it's just for like a prize pool.
Oh. I thought that was the whole point of this thing, was to earn a spot.
No, I think it's to earn money. So, it's like the warm up.
Yeah, all the other qualifiers they won, but like all the other, didn't they?
Yeah, but I think it's like a sizable amount. It's 40,000 prize pool, isn't it?
Oh, maybe. No, I think you're right, because I think the qualifiers start April, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, no, that's right. I think it starts in April. But anyway, the finals is this weekend, so that'll be interesting to watch. And the one thing I do want to say is I think Queen Walker's lost.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Walker's was the only World Championship qualifier to lose. And I lost big on that because I watch a couple streamers on Twitch and whatnot, and you can earn channel points to get special things in their streams, and I bet all my points on Queen Walkers. This is the second time that I bet a lot. I bet 250,000 channel points once on Queen Walkers, and then I bet all of my channel points on Queen Walkers again, and lost both times on Queen Walkers. Queen Walkers have cost me a lot of freaking points, and for me, saying earlier in streams that I thought they were going to go all the way this year, and for them to lose and cost me all those points, I don't know. Might have
So,
to change my prediction.
I think you've got a problem with your gambling. But they can still go through to the World Championships. This is just a warm-up.
They can.
I think a lot of people probably lost a lot of points. I think
Well, and I think too, just the times that it was for them in their country as well. Mm-hmm. I mean, who wants to be, and I mean, it's going to be much like that as well when the championships are on, but I mean, the championships,
I think they changed some of the times. I think they made it a bit more friendly, internationally friendly. But I think you touched on the thing that I wanted to mention was the fact that everyone bar Queen Walkers, the ones that are through to tomorrow's matches, have been people that have played in the championships. Now, my question, so everyone that qualified during CWL and whatnot, or who were invited, they all failed, basically, apart from the people that defeated Queen Walkers. So I thought that was quite interesting. And I was... Why are you making that face at me?
I don't know.
I thought it was quite interesting because I was like, is there some, sort of correlation in terms of it being a different kind of competitiveness compared to, attacking in CWL? versus being in that sort of 5v5 environment. Because CWL is 15 people and they have to short it down to 5 people. So it is very different. But then also, you know, the invited teams, they're all competitive pro teams anyway. So maybe that's not what it is. Because, you know, all the invited people, they all play in their 5v5s, you know, on, you know, player created tournaments and whatnot. So what I was thinking is it just because it's the pressure of being in that sort of environment and also the times. So I think it, for me personally, when I was trying to think it through what could happen, I think it's a combination of being in that sort of, okay, you're now in a competitive sort of like, basically everyone's watching you. You know, yes, everyone's watching you in like Twitch or YouTube or what have you in the user sort of, the player sort of arranged ones, but this is the proper one where, you know, it's actually quite a lot of money that you're playing for. But I think that also in combination with the new timings, and that, you know, people were saying that the first hitter has a lot less amount of time to scout, and that actually has a lot of impact on how people do. I think what shines through in that aspect then is where people that have played in championships last year have that experience of how to adapt under that sort of additional pressure of you've got only this amount of time on your go kind of thing. So it's that kind of being able to adapt to something that's different. I think that's where their experience comes from, and that's why they survived, if that makes sense.
I can agree with that to a point, because, I mean, these people are just, you know, okay, now, you know, one person has only 11 minutes to plan or whatever. I mean, these people are also players that are in Legends League, and that's exactly what Legends is. I mean, it's not the whole, you know, pressure of money on the line and whatnot like that, but you get 30 seconds to scout a base in Legends League.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you don't even get to pick your army, and yet a lot of these people are doing well in Legends League. So the planning, I mean, yes, that's shorter. I think, honestly, that it's more just the pressure of being in that tournament and playing against, you know, a really good, strong team, knowing that, you know, these were the world qualifiers and playing for money. I think that has a lot to do with it.
I was surprised, but also let me start again. On one hand, I was surprised, but on the other hand, I was also like quite proud. I don't know. I quite liked the fact that the people that made it to the championships last year survived, and actually, you know, people got a lot of crap about, you know, these people shouldn't be in the championships, you know, like the voter sort of ones, right? You know, those clans, they were like, oh, they don't deserve to be in the championships and whatnot. But they actually survived, you know. I can't remember, it was either 11 Original and the... Who was the other one? I can't remember.
Was it HT Family?
Yeah, did they pass? I can't remember now. But I felt quite like, okay, clearly, if they're in this new environment and they survive, then, you know, obviously it was very close matches, but I felt like, you know, it sort of vindicated why they were in that sort of championships.
No, absolutely.
You know, but I was surprised because we, you know, when you and I have watched, you know, all these sort of tournaments and whatnot, and we've been seeing how good some of the other teams have been and whatnot. And I think we discussed this last episode was, you know, things have mixed up. New teams have, you know, been made and whatnot. And so there's different synergies about. So, you know, it'd be interesting to see how they play off. But so it was surprising to see some of the sort of ones that everyone had high hopes for just not come away with the results that they wanted. So I thought that was surprising. But also good on the people that sort of made it. So who, I guess then, would you like to win it all? Please go.
I would like to see alternate attacks. Just
Again?
Because, yes, just because I want to be. It's one thing to win one tournament and be like, okay, we were the best that year. It's another thing to, and I mean, I know this isn't the same thing, but it's another thing to come back and be like, and win again and be like, yep, it wasn't a fluke, we did it, we're still doing it, kind of thing. And that's why I would like to see them win. Okay. Because I know that they can.
Yep. And I wanted Queen Walkers to win.
I don't think anybody thinks it was a fluke because obviously they dominated that entire tournament last year. But like I said, just...
Yeah. No, definitely. I don't actually have a who do I want to win. Obviously, I agree with you. I think it'd be nice if ATN did make it through, because they all seem like lovely people. I wanted Queen Walkers to win, but they're out now, so I don't actually know who I'm rooting for. So I guess I'll just go with you and go for ATN as well. But sometimes I do like an underdog side of the story. So, but it should be interesting as long as it's interesting to watch. It's fun. But yeah, no, I just wanted to sort of see what your view was in terms of why did you think the result of last weekend turned out the way it was, because it was just so obvious, it was so distinct that it was all the people that had made it in already, bar Queen Walkers.
It wasn't that they walked away with all the wars, but there was definitely a couple stars difference in the wars, and I mean, does that come down to professionals building them bases, because they're sponsor teams and stuff like that? Like, who knows?
Well, there were sponsor teams that were invited or that qualified, but they didn't make it through either.
Yeah. Well, maybe they don't have the better base builders.
To be fair, I do think it's more the base building that is the distinguishing factor in these ones now, because it's just so offensively slanted right now. But yes, they are interesting to watch. As long as I like, because it's international, people, different clans from different countries play different sort of strategies, and I like that. Okay, so that was all I wanted to touch upon, and we'll see if you're right tomorrow with whether ATN goes through. Okay, so we're up to 52 minutes.
Do you want to talk about your next experiment?
I don't know, because if we get going, we could be going for another 40 minutes. So how about... Are you... Okay, so... I mean, I think if I start talking, then... Oh, wait. Okay, so...
I think you should tell us about the experiment, because I want to know. I'm not waiting another week to find out about this. I want to know.
Well, I was thinking that I could discuss with you offline, or, after, because we might not want to do the experiment. And also, if I get going, if I have to talk to you about it, and that's going to take us another at least 20 minutes. So
That's true. And today's my birthday, and I've got a good supper coming, and we don't want to make it too long.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we... Was that everything we wanted to talk about?
Can't make stupid. Do you have one?
Do I have one? I don't think I have one specifically. We've talked a lot about how we've got a lot of can't fix stupid within our own clan in terms of not communicating and whatnot, which has sort of been our fill. But in terms of recruitment, it was, I think, I had another one that was, we asked them, have you read their clan description and whatnot, just to see if they understand, first of all, English, and then secondly, how our clan works. And I think I've had a lot. I've already told you before a lot of the wide and varied responses I've had to that question. But I think the other day someone's response was, and I don't know why, but as I said, have you read the class description? Do you understand what it says? And then his response was 11. I don't
11.
know. I don't know what that was about. So yeah, so that I don't know. I don't even know if that falls under the category of kind of stupid, because I don't actually know why that number would be any kind of answer. But also, I've had a lot of people that were, they just say yes, but they don't.
Yeah, that annoys
right?
me. Or okay.
Yeah. So people who are, we said it before dozens of times, how we don't care what country you're in, we don't care what language you normally speak in, and whatnot, as long as you are able to communicate and understand in English, because that's what our clan is, right? We are an English language clan. So we don't care if that's your third, fourth language, what have you. Okay, but so a lot of people come in, and then they always, we ask them, have you read the clan description? Do you understand it and whatnot? And they just say yes or okay, as you say, and it's gotten to the point where I'm now thinking, okay, well, how do I know? How do I know? So because, right?
I know that they don't read it fully because there is a question at the end of our clan description, and I have only had 2 people actually ask, because our like I said, there's a question at the end of our clan description, and I've had only 2 people specifically ask.
Yes. But I know that we have that question, but I also know that, even native English speakers are just lazy in the first place, right? They're just generally, that's what the population of people that play this game tends to be, that come into our clan, is that they're lazy. They read it, they can understand it, but they don't do the call to action at the end, right? So that's not to say just because they don't ask the question or answer the question, they don't do it, doesn't mean that they don't understand English. So it's frustrating when they say yes, and you're like, do you actually know? And then sometimes you get that feeling of, I don't think you actually know what you're saying. You're just saying yes because you see the question mark and you feel like you should respond with a yes or a no. So I've started asking now, what does it tell you to do at the end, right? And there's always just this big, huge delay. And then sometimes you might get a, okay, or, where are you from? Or, or yes, another yes, or just nothing at all. And then they go offline. And that's when you know, no, you don't know, you're just saying yes. Bye-bye. So there. So I guess there's this whole, not a specific case of catfish stupid, but there's just cases where you're just trying to sort of, do you think I'm stupid kind of thing. And fair enough, you want to be in a clan that, if you want to be in clan, you try and respond if someone asks you a question you don't really understand. But a part of me is also like, why would you want to be in a clan when you don't understand anyone? You could be learning English, fair enough, but just fess up and say, okay, I don't really know English, but I'm trying to learn, can you help me or something? But you can't even say that at all. So and it's going to be difficult because that's how our war plans are sent out. It's through mails, through English. How can we help you to plan an attack if you don't know what we mean by when we say town hall. You know, I mean, you got to ask what does Th9 stand for? So, yeah. So you know, there's flexibility, but there is a limit to, you know, we need to be able to communicate in some form, and yeah, you can chance it, but it's not. It hasn't turned out good so far. Put it that way. Okay, but I'll let you wrap up.
All right, so we are going to talk about leagues next episode because they will be on, and we will be able to kind of wrap up the championship warm-up because that'll be finishing this weekend as well. We'll see how far we can go with our current little streak, or if we're going to add another red one because we like to add them kind of close together. And who knows what else. That'll be what? April-ish. That'll be into April, so maybe they'll start doing dropping hints for the update because that's coming in April as well. Out.
There'll be a new skin because April season pass will be out.
Yeah, April there'll be a new skin and lots of stuff to talk about next episode.
We'll see if I've convinced Jen about my experiment and whether it's just
that as well
craziness or.
So until then, we will talk to y'all then.
Bye.